The first thing that I have to do when I come to see any horse is to make myself very, very still. And I do that by actually meditating quietly outside the stall. The stall is the horse's private space, and I can't just walk into it without their permission, in a sense, to walk in and join them. So I will always stand outside and meditate quietly, put myself in a very still place. Then when I feel that the horse is okay with me being there, and I usually sense that in various different ways, I will then go into the stall and gradually move closer to the horse. I don't have to place my hands on it. I'd like to if I can, again, if the horse will allow me to. But the whole point is to make a very deep kind of energy connection. And as the horse becomes still, as I become still, the horse doesn't feel a separation between it and me. When there is no separation, you cannot be anything but in love, in the deepest sense, with that being in front of you. My job is to get into that place of stillness and love, and then I feel this kind of warm connection and no separation between me and the horse. And I think that's about as near as I can come to explaining it, really.
Ruby is a troubled horse. She came into my life with troubles, we knew that, so finding Charlie was, you know, another piece of the jigsaw, another part of understanding her and getting a better connection, getting a better trust. A lot of the things that she's done, she's hugely better than she was, but a lot of the things that she's done had left me with a deep distrust of her, to the point where whenever I was handling her, I'd be going, what are you going to do next?
Over many years, I have worked with many different problems with horses. But what I've come to realize now is my particular strength, my real passion, if you like, is to work with the emotional, behavioral side of an animal. Especially horses that are traumatized, difficult, maybe even potentially dangerous. Because I seem to be able to make a very strong connection with them. And by kind of taking them into that place of peace inside of them, they are able to kind of naturally dissolve the pain that they're suffering. When I do that, I can then connect, or sometimes reconnect them with their carer, because quite often what happens with a difficult horse is that over the time, they and the person seem to become distant. You know, they've forgotten how to get on. And what I can do is reconnect. So after working with a horse, taking the horse deep into their own heart, I then connect them and the carer heart to heart. And that's essentially what I do.
I had expectations. They've been hugely exceeded. We've never had such a connection for such a length of time, with no break. She really has been lovely. I go in and check them in the field at dusk, and she comes over to me, she walks around, she follows me. That just isn't Ruby. Well, it is now. Yeah, she's been delightful in every way. It's been wonderful.